It's just me smiling. I have no viewers, so ultimately, this part of the stream doesn't matter. Well, there's no point in holding everything back. I'm not alone tonight. Andy's with me.
Oh, hello.
Oh, we got a couple viewers now. Hi, viewers. Welcome to the live stream. Live at the Workbench with Brian and Andy today. Today is episode 45. It's 5 episodes older than I am years old. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I'm going to stop right now. Yeah, doing a little work on some things tonight. Andy's working on some, that's resin, right?
Plastic.
Plastique. Well, I mean, it's a form of resin. Right, I'm going to give Andy the show.
Yeah, it doesn't have any articulation.
Bam.
Unless you call this bendy antenna articulation.
It's a form.
And it's quite small too. Here it is next to the tall geese.
My goodness, it's mini.
Yep. 1/35.
1/35. I was gonna say, what is the scale on that? Wow. So little. So you're just painting this up right now. Are you doing this for Lincoln's thing?
Yep.
Nice.
I've never done one of these before, so it's exciting.
Yeah, I haven't done any maque yet, but I've done a bunch of other ridiculous crap. So. Potato, tomato. I am going to throw it on Workbench shot.
That's pretty much all I ever do.
Just the Workbench? Well, yeah, you just have the one camera for now, right?
Yeah. Plus, I don't much care to be on camera myself.
But you're so photogenic, Andy. You have such a beautiful smile.
Well, thank you. Let's see if my wife will pop up in the chat. I don't know.
She may not.
Quite a day at school, so.
Yes, as is the season. The season for the school. And the crying. The lamenting.
Students come in tomorrow. So today was a training day.
Yeah, they're setting things up. I understand. I know how it goes. Excellent. Oh, that is hella loud. I'm going to turn that fuck down. Cool. Hey, look, it's Jeff in the chat. Hi, Jeff.
Hey.
He missed it last time because of, reasons. Can't be perfect all the time, Jeff.
Yeah. My phone made a noise. Yeah. Nothing important.
Very nice. I'm going to share this around to the social medias. See what comes back. I'm putting it all around. I'm even going to Mobile Suit Breakdown and throwing it up there.
Awesome.
Probably should see Michael and potentially the Action Awesome. I don't know I can't remember his name. They often stop through. And heck, we'll go to the GBA. Why not? I haven't been through there in so very, very long.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Oh, Lord. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, we got George, Mr. George Old School Gumpla. Welcome to the stream.
Howdy, howdy. See, Alex is there too.
Of course. To be expected. Alex follows you around like a sick puppy. George, I was glad to hear that you're a supporter of Mobile Soup Breakdown. Welcome to the fold,
yes.
my friend.
I greatly enjoy that podcast.
Yeah. It was just he was announced within the last group of Patreon contributors for the 1 year anniversary, birth anniversary.
That's exciting.
Yeah. You can't even see what I'm doing because of where that is. Wow, it's so big.
Where are you going to put it?
I don't know, man. I really freaking don't know. But it is gargantuan. I mean, these little 1 to 20 scale figgies are just like super fine. Like her deets are looking. Ooh, I can find it. I'm bad at camera. I was talking to Andy about this before. I fail at camera constantly. But her details are really nice. I got to modify that arm, but
yeah,
went together pretty decent. It's like the legs. I glued the legs together. I glued the torso on. I cleaned up the arm. Glued the arm on. Cleaned up the feet. Glued the feet on. Pretty decent. But yeah, I mean, like on this, teeny weeny. So, but yeah, this thing is going to be. I cut out the block, the blank, and it's 13 by 16. That's what I chose for the blank.
Wow.
For the block of foam that this is going to eventually sit on, because with the cans in the back, it's like huge. It's freaking huge, man. Okay. And I haven't even put any missile launchers on it or anything like that. I have them built. I just haven't quite figured out how to rig them. Rig them in. They will come down the pipe. I got the ammo belts. I went for the Kodo ammo belts again because they're so good. Here's those missile launchers. Just gotta find a place to put those in homes.
Wow. This guy doesn't have much in the way of weapons.
No, it's pretty base, but it's nice because it allows for the subtlety. If you have an object that's that small that you try and pump a ton of detail in, I feel like it's just gonna muddy it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna Mr. Hasagawa or whatever. That's probably a terrible example to use, but yeah, I went for these the Kodo ammo belts. Oh, so luxurious. But I ended up buying 6 of them.
Wow.
This is 3 split up between 2 right here, and that's not enough to feed between the hoppers and the guns. I might be able to get it if I use all 6 that I purchased. I am so glad that I freaked out and bought extra. Wait, 6, 8. Bought 8. Sorry. Yes, with all 8.
Damn.
Yeah, it's nuts. I got like 4 on eBay, and then I was thinking about the time frame for them to arrive, and I forgot about a month in between August and October. It's almost called September. I forgot about it coming in there, so I freaked out on the purchase, and then bought 4 more from Adam at USAGS, and those came lickety split because those guys. As long as there's not a hurricane, they ship really quickly, and then the other ones came with over the next week or 2. So and now I have them all, and it's gonna be awesome. Got belts for days, yo. Oh shoot, I haven't been paying attention to the chat. My apologies. They're a little big for 144, George. Let me find a 144. Here we go. You got here an incredibly dusty example of not Grim Grill. The what is this thing called?
Grimoire.
Grimoire. There it is. The red beret. And I mean, it could work, but it'd just be mega chonk. You could chonk that around onto the back like that. I suppose it would work. It just mean a super heavy weaponry. what I would say, George, in regards to using these for the 144. I don't really mess around with the small kits too much. Like that red beret was maybe the last one that I bought. Um, wow, I really adopted that New York accent for a second there. Yeah, the red beret was probably the last one I bought. Um, and yeah. Yeah, I had to look around for a second. Yeah. Anyway, that's my story. Hope it helped. Wait a minute. So we've got Alex JY and we've got Alex to do Studios.
Too many Alexes. There's only one Alex.
Isn't that the same Alex though?
Is it?
I think I can't tell. It looks like the thumbnail. I can't tell because the thumbnail is very similar to what our friend Mr. Alex looks like. Mr. Alex Kim looks like in his motorcycle getup. So I'm probably just mistaken.
You know what?
Tell me all about it.
That is Alex. That's
That's
the same Alex. That's Alex's
that's his stalker channel?
His writing channel.
That's his Alex Joyride or something like that? All right, before I glue these together, I'm going to go make a beverage. I know it's a little bit early. Oh, George, you're welcome. Sorry, I'm finally getting back to your chat there. Yeah, you're welcome. Always glad to help out and try and throw some tips around. Got to share these things or no one will know a damn thing, right?
I'm trying something. I'm mixing brown and fluorescent orange. And that paint stick. I like it.
And I'm back with my beverage. To continue on that a little bit about the not being able to share or not sharing things and not knowing anything. After the last episode of Mechanism, I shared my. I think it was the last episode of Mechanism. That's how quickly it's been since I finished this thing. But I shared the my shoulder mod technique for. I can do this for this guy right here. How I did the chamfering on that and on that component there, that piece of armor. How I built it out and then chammed it. And I got some comments about how like it's pretty bro to, I mean, like to share that kind of stuff and how it was like pretty cool, like a good thing to share. And I was just like, yeah, I take that kind of stuff for granted because it's second nature to me to just do that stuff or just to figure it out or to think about things in that fashion. And I don't realize that not everybody thinks the same way as I do. So I got to remember that it takes everybody, it takes all kinds. Everybody's doing it. So not everybody's going to see the things that I'm going to see, obvious. And there's going to be people that see things that I'm not going to see. So we all got to talk about it. It's like we're all tripping. Tell me what you see, bro. not exactly, but you know what I mean. Oh, thank you, YouTube, for letting me know that I'm live on my channel. Well, it's good to know. What? Who's live on my channel? It's like some random person like hacking into my YouTube channel just to go live stream. Here you go. Have some content. That'll teach them. Like, that don't make no sense. I realize that you can't even see what I'm doing because I have this gargantuan model in front of me.
I don't even know if I'm still in frame.
Here we go. Yeah, you are.
Good.
So you were telling me you primed that. How do you prime that 3 ways?
Yep. I did a base coat of black all over. And then from the top, or no, from the bottom, I did brown. And then from the top, I did gray. So let's bring it in and see if you can see how you see the slight shading on the knee caps. So they're like brown towards the bottom. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm globbing light gray over it. Bright orange tank. See if I mess it up. It looks messed up already, but
Yeah, it's just starting.
I'm enjoying it. Fun is all that matters.
Alright, let's see if I can use this very minimal amount of this glue and not get it all over my fingers. I always do. Right. I think I need to dab some of it off because there's too much on there. Where's the Q-tip? Here we go. There. Alright, there we go. Cool. Damage control. Dun 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 dun.
Gert McDirt is here.
Hey, what up, Gert?
Welcome.
From Zach's Discord. And from a popular game, GBGW, where I use his characters to play the game when I do play it, but I haven't played it in a while, so sorry, guys.
Surprisingly, people use mine.
Have you gotten a bunch or no?
I think the most I ever got was like 12 when I signed in.
Yeah, same for me. Like, that's the most that I get for people using my stuff. Most of the time, people maybe use my character once or something. I don't have like the crazy build, and I've been like, we've all been getting burned on the rolls lately, but yeah. I feel like it started a little early for me. Like, I was a little bit of an overachiever. I know in some of my earlier rolls, I got really, really good things, so like I can't complain too much about it, but still, it's just like, it's unenthusing. I still go back, check my dailies, mess around a little bit here and there. I don't even think I've completed the storyline. Cool.
I have. It's pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
I usually skipped all the talky parts.
Yeah, they're pretty lame. I've gone through them. I started going through it up to like, I think through chapter 3. I went through and like read it all and like was like, man, this is real like childhood drama shit.
I saw Bill so I didn't need to watch it again.
Those are pretty decent. I feel like I got that seam lined up pretty decent.
Oh yeah.
That's that back of her pants that drops unnecessarily low. What the heck? Weirdos. Can't tell if that's her underoos that are supposed to be poking out there, or if that's just a weird seam line. I'm gonna guess that's her underoos that are supposed to be poking out. I'll just make that the back seam of her pants. Because it's my world. Haha. It's weird. They gave me a pinhole in the bottom of the torso, but they didn't give me a receiver in the saddle of the lower legs, like of the what we would call the pelvis. Pelvis Presley. Ah, credibility. That's got a case there. Now we just have to hold this and pretend that I don't exist. That's part of the game, right? Just wait until the glue cures. Just wait until the glue cures. Super cool. There we go. Now the crossed legs has a little torso on it. Isn't that nice?
Interesting.
So I got this little one.
Don't they have names?
Yeah. What are they again? I don't even remember.
I forgot them.
All right. This one is Paige. And this one is Jade. They're my tech team. They're going to be here reading manuals and plugging wires into other wires and stuff. Try to get this frontline mecha back on the line. Doing the business. All the pews.
Yeah, I can't clean my brush without clinking.
We will not hold it against you.
I mean, I could. It just wouldn't be the same.
Your jazz was popping a second ago. Now I feel like it's dropped off. So what do we got here? All right. So this arm. I'll do super zoom, but not like Tim because I'm not Tim. I kind of want this arm. Maybe I do. No, because her head's turned to the side. Her gaze is definitely pointing this direction. So I think I have to take this arm and make it like up. I have to change the way maybe. I guess I could sculpt a whole new arm. You know, I mean, I have the ability to do that. What are you? A little bit of silicone? Suckers. Well, here's a little bit of silicone that came out of the mold that this thing was in.
Feel bad for people getting holes.
Yeah,
yours.
They just won't have the pinhole in it for the shoulder, which is fine because there's no reciprocal pinhole in this one, so it doesn't matter. There's actually been a fair amount of holidays in these. Kind of disappointing from a mold maker, as I pretend to be. Yeah, it definitely leaves a bit to be desired. But that's okay. I didn't have to sculpt them from scratch, so
Yeah.
what the heck? How much do I expect? Yeah, I guess that's not even supposed to be there even at all. Just gonna file that by the way off of there. The question is file or trim? Trim. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. It was just a teeny little nick. My finger's skin is incredibly thick from all the years of manual labor. Yeah. Trim this tiniest little freaking detail. Here's my awesome little 1mm chisel. Awesome. I have a flat one, which will not focus because it is so very thin, and I have an angled one. You can see the glint of my steel. When you hear jazz, whoa, hold up. You didn't say smooth jazz, chill jazz, not smooth jazz. You didn't say chill jazz. You didn't say. What kind of jazz? I just watched those again the other day, this weekend. That was a long weekend here in the States.
I haven't
So
seen
good.
them in a while.
Yeah, I got the Blu-ray of Bandit Flower from Right Stuff right as soon as it was available. Paulie clued me into like the early release that Right Stuff was offering. I'm sure that you saw even that Mobile Suit Breakdown. They got their War in the Pocket Blu-ray from Right Stuff early. I pre-ordered mine on Amazon and I'm waiting. I think until October I'm waiting. But that's fine. I got that DVD to hold me over, yo. Y'all got any of that War in the Pocket? Actually, I treat it like a Christmas film, and I play it like a lot when it comes around Christmas time.
Isn't
has that like Christmas overtones in the background? Is it what?
Isn't Endless Waltz Christmassy too?
I don't know. I've never seen Endless Waltz.
I haven't either.
I'm not a wing.
I know there's another Gundam installment that's around Christmas time.
Polly is our resident wing aficionado here at the show, if you want to call it a show. And he is taking down storm shutters because the hurricane just went right by him. Which is fine. All right, I got rid of her. She had like a weird mohawk on there from the casting. Otherwise, I mean, the details in the face is pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna really have to do a whole lot. Her neck is weird. She's got a weird like lizard lady neck. But I was gonna mess with it, but I'm not because I don't have time for that.
They're both in slightly odd postures.
What's that?
They're both in slightly odd postures.
And they have long. This girl has an incredibly long torso,
Yeah.
right? She's like a Gumby torso. It doesn't make sense. It's like they stretched her. They were like, here's what she should normally look like. And they were like, she's not tall enough. Just stretched it out. Oh, God. Girls can be short, too. It's okay. I mean, it's okay for them to be tall. I'm not tall shaming. I'm a tall guy. My wife is tall. Ooh, what the fuck? Pardon my... What's going on with that hand?
What?
What is going on with that thumb?
I'm guessing the mold ripped out.
Yeah, maybe I swear I've seen that somewhere else in this model kit where the mold is deteriorating. That's all right. Yeah, here's that little bugger. There it is, my dudes. Will it focus? Will it blend? I gotta use the top of my fingers to like make it show. That is the chunk of mold that came out of my arm, out of the arm of one of my kids. Little silicone, you know. Potato, tomato. Honestly, they're probably running these because of how easy the molds would be to like replicate. I bet they had like a master and then they threw out like they probably made a dozen. Easy made a dozen molds and then they just crank up full bore, and then as one wears out they make another one off the master.
I'm really liking this color combo.
The orange and the oh wait, that's different. That's a brighter orange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's yellow.
Oh, it's a yellow. My color balance must be off.
I switched to a different color. Yeah, I've got some yellow in there.
How do you decide decal placement? Ha 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 ha. Well,
that is a good question.
For my Maris eye, it was I kind of just and I broke the thumb off. Curses. All right, that's to be expected. So for the Maris eye, I kind of just read the various decals that I had and put them where it made sense. So you have like, you know, caution,
blast,
like caution, or near thrusters. You have like caution in this area when you're in like a crush zone, or you put like the like all the little like bolt location details kind of like go everywhere they can possibly go ultimately, or you just kind of like play with it. Think about like what is this thing. Like there's one part in the backpack of mine where it's next to a hey, I'll just pull it out and show you. Here on the backpack right here where it's next to this fuel tank that obviously has hydraulics and fuel, and here it says like on the, let's see if I can zoom in on it. There, can you read it? Will it focus? There you go. It says danger, high voltage power and hydraulics, use caution when working in this area, right? And that's a Tim decal. That's one of the Child of Mecha decals. That thing's amazing, right? How like viable that is as a thing, like so clean, so nice, legible. But yeah, that made sense because you've got like the power from the backpack as well as the hydraulics from the mobile tank, just kind of like what makes the most sense. Little things like mechanics or like where things are, if you've got like a big open area, like on the backs of the legs here, I had these wonky third-party decals. Like this is the red comet, spirit of Xeon. If I get the focus, there you go. Soul of Xeon. There it is. The red comet, soul of Xeon.
That's great.
The legend of the red comet, now and forever, or something along those lines. Really
Got
ridiculous.
the crest from Char's helmet on there.
Yeah, exactly. And then, little Anaheim Electronics, the Xeon over here. These are all like separate decals, and I just slap those all onto the big open areas to kind of fill up the space. But like, you kind of want to noodle in little details in the smaller areas too, to kind of like add that. Like down here in the side skirts, I got these extra marking decals here on the side skirts, kind of like talking about how the voltage and precautionary measures that need to be taken on the tops of the side skirts here. Crack the arm on a little bit. Damage the paint. You can't really see it underneath. Can you get to it? There it is. There's a decal there. Oh, it talks. It's a danger decal. You can't really read it, but it says like danger. Just like take precaution when working in this area. Hot gas may discharge when the panel is open, or something along those lines. Just like little tiny things. You'll never see that unless you're looking at a high res photo and you're all zoomed in and you're like that model fan. That person that's like really super stoked on it.
Yeah.
So I try to think about what I would be stoked to find looking at at somebody else's build, and then I try to make my build that build. So I don't know if that helped or if that was or what, but
makes a lot of sense.
Thanks. Sometimes I do. All right. I think I'm just gonna leave Homegirl without a thumb. I think she's thumbless. Thumbless Jade. That's her new name. Oh, cool. Awesome. Great. Glad to help out. There we go. Getting better at doling out this CA glue. I haven't flooded anything in a while. Watch, I'll flood the next thing I try to glue. It's got a funny smell.
Yeah.
It smells like burning acrylic. Or like if you've ever cut acrylic with like a saw. If you ever try to cut an acrylic sheet with a jigsaw, you feel your pain. Oh, it's horrible. I really feel for anyone that has to do that. Alright, get those goggles. And the arm is attached. Just cap that so I don't hurt myself. Excuse me, I don't know what I'm going to do to have to fix that. Boy. I just have to make a decision. A little bit of filler, a little bit of scratching. Yeah, that'll be all right. go get this chisel sharpened again.
I gotta figure out how to mount this guy.
Post in the foot. Depends on what you're doing. Are you doing like an action e pose, or are you just doing like a?
I'm thinking I'll just go outside, find a nice rock, glue it.
Maybe you were gonna build a die or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something small, tasteful.
Yeah, something small.
Yeah, that's fine. I wanted to do a little diorama for the Marisi, and I still might do it. Just a little asteroid or something, to go along with it. Make it in like a flying pose.
Yeah.
Something fun.
I tell you, when I was a kid, I never would have had the patience for this.
Oh, dude, I hear you. I am literally carving out the back of the underwear line of this on this tiny figure, just so that it stands out and is readable. It's not like butt crack central.
Mm. So I built the MG Jegan on Saturday.
Oh, right.
At Hobby Town.
It was a master grade. That's not a re.
Yep, master grade.
Cool.
It's a really great kit. I was surprised I got it all done.
Hey, you're fairly skilled. You've a couple of kits under your belt.
Yeah, usually a master grade will take me, like if I'm building it at the Hobby Town and we do four-ish hours, I can usually get most of the legs done, like from the head, torso, and then legs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe backpack and weapons, but I got the whole Jegan done.
It's pretty awesome. Nine extra foot. Who did Andre run into? Oh, one of us Shimblock. All right, sorry. One of my good friends ran into another one of my friends and just sent me a text about it, and I just had to put together who was who because I have a bunch of different friend circles now.
Yeah.
Because I'm here in New York, and sometimes when people are like, "Yo, I ran into Tim," it's because they ran into new type Tim. And other times it's like, "Yo, I ran into Tim," and it's my old friend Shimblock that I used to work at the metal shop with. And then sometimes people are like, "Yo, I ran into Tim," and it's other guy Tim Harney, who's like a custom metal a motorcycle fabricator that I know and do work for and with. So it's just kind of like, it's too many people. All right, pull out the Mr. Putty. Oh, there it is.
It's a Jegan. It looks awfully gray on the camera.
Oh, I know it's minty green.
It's less minty than the regular Jegan.
Okay. Was that one a P Bandai variant?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, I ordered it in February.
Oh, dang.
And I got it last week.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Probably could have used cement on this figure instead of AC.
Nope. I'm adjusting the camera. See if I can approximate what I see.
Oh wow! Look at the vibrance. Yeah, I guess I haven't readjusted or recalibrated my camera since I switched over to doing StreamYard. I have everything calibrated through my other broadcasting program, or rather, splitting program. Oh yeah, I took these regular old glue for this.
One of my favorite things is how this yellow pokes through in the toe.
Oh, I can't even see it. It's a little blown out. Oh, there it is. Nice. Very nice. All right, now it's going to be the Andy show. Show off your jigging, Andy. Show us your jigging.
I'm trying to take the toe off and it doesn't want to come off. I just realized I painted my fingernail. Oh no.
Oh no. So when are you going to make it into the custom? Or not the custom, the Stark?
I don't think I have the skills to do that
You're a liar.
quite yet.
What you don't have right now is the time.
True.
Because you could totally do it. People underestimate themselves a lot.
Yeah, I think I do that.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. You know what? Be more of a jerk. No, I'm kidding. No, people mistake it for that a lot because I used to get a little bit of that back in the day. But just be more confident in yourself, you know? Trust yourself. You will be okay. Have faith in your abilities, Andrew.
That has go fast rockets.
Gotta have those. Look at those go fast rockets. Uh-oh.
I rather like this thing.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty swanky as well. I thought about getting one, but haven't yet pulled the trigger. I have what can most commonly be referred to as a mighty backlog for someone that lives in a small apartment in Brooklyn.
Alex, Paul is taking care of business down in Florida.
Yeah, he is de-skinning his house from the hurricane menagerie. If that wasn't vague enough, you let me know and I'll be more vague. I got mad vague skills, yo. I could have detailed those a little better before I glued that on there. Oops.
Here's something I got a while back. 100.
Oh,
From,
is that from is that SMP or
MPS.
MPS? I was close.
I was quite impressed with this thing.
Yeah, I have my eye set loosely on that Zaku Big Gun. or the 100 scale big gun, Rezo. But I haven't pulled the trigger because I haven't had that kind of FOMO.
See if it'll stay focused. I wonder if I can lock the focus.
You probably can in your
Yep.
in your settings for it. Oh, right on. It looks very similar to the kit that Donnie has been building for his Myersai. He's been working on.
Now, if I can remember how this goes together.
I'm going to guess that there are very few possibilities for ways that it can go together.
Yeah. I did it once. And I dropped a piece. Come back here.
But we won't hold it against you.
It even came with a nice lens for the scope.
Very nice. Yeah, the that set that both Alex and I got, the big sniper set, back a while ago. It came out. That one came with some cool effects parts, some metal bits, some lenses. Pretty sweet. Kit was really weird. The fitment was bizarre. Just scratching away some seam lines here. I know a lot of people despise number 11 blades. They're really worried about them. These guys are standard.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're great. People are like, damn, you're going at that road with number 11? Yeah. Sure. I guess it's just about familiarity.
Yeah.
I feel that goes the same thing for anything. You can probably do some amazing work with like a number 7 nail and like a pair of pinking shears if you knew what the heck you were doing. But your average Joe on the street is going to be like, the heck? Get out of here. All right. That. Perfect. Perfect. Cool. That'll do. Least possible part visible on the model, but I'm like, yeah, I'll go in there and detail that. Why not?
Now I have a big yellow gun.
I'll say, boy howdy. Just a little putty sculpting with my fingers there. Give myself a smooth do. Alright. Kind of messed it up before when I tried to do this other part, and I wiped too much of it off.
I gotta say, this resin kit is pretty fantastic. Like, none of these parts are glued together.
Right, they'll sit nicely.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's disagreeing.
The Barbatos I worked on, you had to glue pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Nothing just fit. Anyway, I'll build that up one day. Go with my Zaku.
Thinking about doing anything fun with that little maquet bastard? It's not really a bastard, but your little maquet build there.
I don't know. Probably gonna throw the decals on it.
Mm-hmm.
And do some weathering.
Cool. I haven't even watched Lincoln's video, so I've been trying to like put kitchens together in Soho as opposed to that kind of stuff. So.
I didn't want flash. Taking some pictures for the Instagram.
Ram it up. Oh no, Edward Leonard is talking about the atrocity that went down in the Bahamas. Like, of course, that is just messed. It's gonna take a long time, and even that, like, it's gonna, the Bahamas isn't really a big island, even Grand Bahamas.
Yeah.
So
most of the people that go there don't live there.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, there are people that live there, but pretty righteous, man.
They're
Pretty
fighting.
righteous.
Oops, I knocked my RG Zeta over. What such tragedy.
I can't wait to get my RG new.
Yes.
Did you order through USAGS as well, by chance?
I did.
Yes, of course.
I also got one of the those Natchin kits.
Oh, nice.
So this will be like a little
It's like a large scale version.
little practice.
Yeah, even larger scale
Yeah.
practice because it's so tiny.
Yeah, Natchin is probably this high. I don't know.
Yeah, they're teeny weeny. I have, I got a couple of these bad boys.
Yeah.
Just the chilling.
They
And
look
it's
so
like,
cool.
it's like smaller than my thumb. Then the like knuckle to the last knuckle to thumbnail. It's smaller than that. So I got big hands, but come on now. Come on now. Oh, Chris is up in the spot. What up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
And as far as vacation spots, George, I feel you. I go to St. Martin just about every year. And they got whomped twice very, very recently. And that last one that came through and destroyed Puerto Rico was really sad the first time we went to the island and saw all the destruction. Um, Visiting our friends there, just talking about everything that's happening and that was happening and then how things have changed. And it's coming back around, but it's weird what that kind of natural disaster will do to the economy and how things will shift from the traditional local homegrown economy to sometimes corporate or tourism based things, like more so where the port shifts even harder and it makes it almost a little bit harder for the people that like live there and have lived there forever to like do their thing. So it's kind of weird. There was an island when Puerto Rico got messed up, but there was another island, Barbuda, right? Do you know Barbuda? It's near Antigua. And I have one of my neighbors, former neighbors that I've become very close with here, living in this neighborhood that I've lived in for over 10 years now. He is from Antigua, and Barbuda was literally wiped off the face of the planet. Everything on the island was razed, like no buildings, no trees, no nothing. And the island was like what they made some rum, and they had a fishing community, and that was literally it. But now you've got like Hollywood celebrities that are rolling in there and dropping millions of dollars to rehabilitate the island, but turn it into a tourist destination. So while it's rebuilding the island and helping the community out that live there at the same time, it's also changing it a little bit. So, I mean, and now I'm a tourist, so I have very little room to talk any sort of crap at all about this or any shade. But at the same time, it's weird because would it have gotten the funding to come back? Probably not. Sad to say, probably wouldn't have been able to come back. So, I don't know.
Apparently, I can only zoom in that much.
That's pretty good. Nice and crisp.
Yeah, I like this camera.
Yeah, I'm employing that one as well.
And thanks for the recommendation.
Oh, it was nothing. Both Colleen and I were talking to Stephanie about that too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Well, I'm getting tired.
You getting tired? You can jump out anytime you want. It's okay. I'm gonna still go until 11, so don't worry about it. Finally got these little doll hands worked out. Look at that. It's not tiny at all.
Very, very small.
So they come like here's one that's all flashed out. Oh, still suck at camera. So yeah, you gotta. They come like web hands, so you gotta like carve them all out. That's why I lost that thumb.
Kind of hard to avoid with a mold that small.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You almost want that because then you know that resin is going to go everywhere. Like if you have more of those individual like point articulations with perfect mold in between, it's highly unlikely that you will have all of those fingers filled.
Yeah.
You'll probably have a big ass void, or you might have 2 fingers, at most. So better to have a little flash splash. Right. A little scratchy. Nice. I'm gonna have to prime that before I can really do like the work to fill in that weirdness back here, if it'll focus.
Yeah, that is slightly weird.
It is a little bit bizarre. It's just a weird junction, so it's all right though. I've got my idea figured out and know exactly how I'm going to treat it, so I know my solution. Which is going to be a few prime fill and retouch sessions. It's weird because I don't want to like over base the face and the other details on it so that I'll like lose it, but I want to be able to get in there and like fill and refine that aspect. So I may need to like just like mask off and spray that little part. Fill it up, sand it out. Fill it up, sand it out. Fill it up, sand it out. Sorry, and even like honestly, it may not even ever be seen. Like you may never even notice it. Gosh, golly. Really changes the perspective on this thing. Let's see if I get this one to stand. All right, I'll switch to the other camera and I'll do a flyby. Two to one by my smiling face. Yeah, I did it on purpose. I'm sorry.
Making me dizzy.
There they are. Both of them without arms because without one arm because I have to change them. But yeah,
Pretty neat.
Gigantic machine these two girls are working on. Quality.
That is almost quite large.
Almost feel like I need an extra one. Worker, that is. Scout or something. Not like another machine. Kidding me? Get out of here. Don't go away from me. Yeah. Okay. Moving right along. How do I take this little one to here? Oh shoot, what do we got here? I'm missing some chat. And let's see. Cozumel is so tourist based. No, it's very true. Alright. Cruise ship company should send a bunch of ships over there and let people live in them. Well, they don't actually go. The thing is, they never went to Barbuda. You could go to Antigua and you could take a small like jumper boat or like a plane. Not actually, not even a plane. You had to take a boat, ferry, essentially from Antigua to get to Barbuda. There was no like travel there. So for places like Cozumel, Costa Maya, Grand Cayman, what is the one Port Town? No, what is it? Cape Town? No, I can't remember. That's somewhere else. Oh, that's like South Africa. In Saint Martin, La Bastiere, and you have just all the different ports around, like where the ships actually do come in. They bring a lot of uh, obviously tourism, but they also bring supplies and stuff like that. Sorry for making y'all motion sick, and thank you for the props. I'm gonna stop talking politics about the Caribbean islands now. All right, so I'm gonna try to. So this hand here, this hand is supposed to go on the other side of her face like that. But I want to take it and make it so that this hand is holding a. Or no, it's gonna be. This one's gonna be messing with wires. So this one I kind of want to like take it. I think like if I have anything to gesture with. Try to do this on camera without looking like a clock. All right, take the hand arm, rotate this part up, and then switch the elbow around, and then hold the arm out. So that basically straighten this arm, almost like this one. But it doesn't make any sense to have this like this, I don't think. I'd have to do some modding on it, but
One of the cats has come to visit.
Kitties. I don't know, because I want her to be sitting up here on top of this machine, looking in the brain on the very top here. Do my zoom out. Over here in the brain area, I was gonna have her sitting up in here working on this thing with the other homegirl reading manuals down below. Does that? Can I fix that? No, that's dumb. That's dumb. Nope. It's good to know your limits. Okay. I can do that. I just gotta slice this and rotate that around. Kamikaze chop. Wait. It's like kamikaze chop the arm, and I rotate it around. Could be that. Golly.
What are you doing in that box, kitty?
Kitty? You a cat? Doing cat things?
Come over here.
I'll work off camera. It's a delicate line between seeing what I'm working on and just having like nothing but a full-on view of my crash. So, shooting for the not crash.
I got a cat, and she doesn't like me holding her here. So,
Oh, I bet not. No. I'm camera shy.
we'll just snuggle like normal.
See, Dad, this is so much better. I was lucky enough to have that one period where Yumio was assaulting me all the time, and I got that one video. Just rubbing her head on everything in my workspace and running around in a circle. Okay, let's see. So if I put the pods on, here, I'm going to switch to, once again, switch to camera. Oh, I dropped my sketchbook. Shoot. I'll just pull this over here.
I just had a moment where I zoned out completely. So
Oh, you should probably head out.
I'm gonna go
Take it easy,
spend
man. Go have
time
a
with the
rest.
wife.
Exactly. Say hi to Steph. What's up, Steph?
I will.
And we'll check you next time, Andy. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it, man.
What was this? Third Wednesday in a row?
Is it the
Joining the
third?
stream?
It is, yeah. Yeah, it was you and me, and then it was me, you, and Paul, and then it was you and me. There it is, buddy. Uh-oh. It's becoming a habit.
Oh, here's the other cat. She's like, what's going on in here? I never get to go in here. What's in here?
It's in here.
Is this
What?
my stuff too?
Can I chew on this? I'm going to chew on this. Well, that's small. Let me bat that around. It makes a fun noise when I hit it across the floor.
Is this a food?
Can it be a food?
All right, I'm taking off.
Cool, Andy. Thanks for swinging through.
Thanks for having me.
Always, my friend. Cheers.
Bye.
And now you're all just stuck with me. Now you're all locked in here with me. Whoop. Big robot. Oh my god, look at all the things. I actually have a tripod that I can put this camera on. Please bear with me, my friends. I'm going to switch to the other camera so that I don't make Chris dizzy all over the place. Go. Beauty. Uh-oh. Very good. Yeah, almost. More of the build, less of the me. Maybe it's a little bit of a downward tip. There we go. Little tip down. All right. So, yeah, the ammo belts are going to come out here. So I got a long way to go for that. This would be 6. So this is more than 6? No, this is 3. This is 3. What the hell am I talking about? So 3 will do it. 3 will make the run. Almost like too much so. Honestly, it's supposed to be just a retardedly long ammo chain. So hey, it's all good. I have plenty of those. Come on, if I... Alright, so as I was just wow. Trimming the tiniest of shit. So I know Chris, my friend Chris here, does some 40K, and he is probably all too familiar with chasing the kind of flashing that I'm chasing right now in between these tiny fingers, these webbed phalanges. Oy, oy, oy. This kind of work will drive him into drink. More than he already does. Oh yeah. Look at that. Come on, focus, buddy. You can focus on it. I know you can. There it is. No, it's not. You just focus on my fucking gigantic, meaty hands. Like I'm using the wrong hand to show it. Got some fingers carved out there. Wow, they don't look as good on camera as they do in my mind. I better make them look better, huh? They always say the camera adds 10 pounds. I tell you, lady, it's not the camera, it's all that bun cake. Nice. Always the funnest time in the world to just, you know, very delicately scrape a fraction of a millimeter off at the edge of this delicate little piece of resin plastic here. And oh, and don't cut it off. It's okay because you only get one shot. So if you fuck it up, you'll lose. You have two choices. You have win or lose. Oy. Danger, danger. Holy nerd apocalypse! Wow. Oh yeah, I've heard like some of the older 40K stuff is just atrocious, especially if you get like third party or 3D print resi stuff from like China or whatever. It can be real bootleggy weird. Oh, that's a funny part. Your finger shouldn't grow like that. And if it does, you should go to the doctor and have that shit removed. All right, minimal refinement. Let's see if it looks any better. A little bit better. It looks less like a Fraggle, more like a a little figure. I mean, granted, that is the it's that small in the palm of my hand, so how many people are going to actually notice it? Why am I even worried? Anyway. All right, pretty decently scratched out on these ones, my dudes and dudettes. I assume there's going to be a girl or two watching this eventually. Um, okay, so things that I'm going to have to change on this, or I'm going to have to repair. It's going close. And it won't focus, but there are holidays here on the top. There's like pinholes here on the top of the visor, over here on the side from this piece of padding. I think this is a sub helmet here. This is like those cloth helmets or leather helmets that they put under an over helmet. Just a nasty seam down here on the back. Whew, pardon my yawn. Nasty seam under the armpit here. It's ugly. You guys can't see it because, of course, it won't focus. The camera hates me. Come on, buddy. Be my friend. There it is. Look at that nasty seam. Ugly. There you go. You can see the seam on the back of the waist too. Not good. So that's other than that, it's pretty decent construction or assembly, I guess I'd say. Same for the other one. Same for GH. Pretty good. I'm just gonna have to do this. I'll probably mess with those arms off camera because man, that is gonna be boring. Nobody wants to see that. I'll show photos later. Aftermath. Alright. So Let's put together some more of these, I guess. This is boring and easy. I can do that on my lunch break. Let me figure out what I'm going to do for this diorama. Okay. He's a tramp stamp. Yeah, I know, right? They're kind of ridiculous. I'm fixing them up so they aren't as bad, but yeah. They were the best I could find, to be fully honest with you. They didn't have any exposed jiggly bits or whatever. Alright. So I started doing a little bit of layout on this at the shop, at my shop that I work out of today on my lunch break. I took a little bit of time and I put together some of that high density foam that I love to use so very, very much on my. You can see my smiling face now. The high density foam that I love to use so much on my bases, dioramas, or the only diorama that I've made so far. But it works really well, so I'm going to use the same shit. It's essentially this. I have it as the base of the sculpture that I did back in the day. It's there it is. U150 Corafoam UHD. This stuff hard as fuck. Like that. There's a little clay one-off sculpture. I did that like based on a sketch that I made a long time ago. Not too bad. A little bit blown out for light. But there you go. You kind of see some of the detail in it now. Will you focus? It will focus. Not too bad for just sketching with clay, you know? Anyway, just this little bust. Anyhow, this is the same foam. Hard as a rock, sort of. Not really hard as a rock. It's light. It's 15 pounds per square inch in regards to strength. It's, excuse me, it holds its shape really well. I got more of them here too. Basically, whoa, I'm gonna throw this on the ground. I took chunks of this. It's pretty decently thick. It's ruler time. Ruler time. A little over 2.5 inches thick. It's about 2 5/8 inches thick. As the crow flies. It's the wrong term to use. Anyway, so I took a block of this 2-inch thick stuff. I screwed a couple of them together. Overall block is 13 by 16 because the base of this thing is about 13 by 16. It's freaking huge, dudes. I don't know what I'm going to do with it after I'm done. Oh, Jeff's out? All right. Night, Jeff. See you later, buddy. Yeah, this is incredibly dense film. It's good stuff. Like, no marks whatsoever. Let's see if I can put a mark in it. I'm gonna hurt myself. I'm not gonna. But you can still carve it. Like, right? But it's still hard as a rock. So good stuff. It's a little expensive. I work for a company that works in partnership with another machining company that has a bunch of this laying around drop. So I was able to score it. That's why I got this stuff. It's expensive. Because it's like machining foam for doing prototypes and stuff like that. But my plan, so I've got that big block of it and a bunch of small pieces. Like these are all cut-offs, cast-offs from my making of my diorama for the Gusian. So I've got turn this down. There we go. Got these little guys down here, all these little blockettes, little parts, and I have a ton of these, and I can make a bunch more. So the idea is to make a rocky war zone for the bot to sit in, and the girls to be working on it as though it's within like the front line. So I'm gonna do a bunch of damage to this thing. Got a bunch of plans for this. kit in regards to painting and detailing and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so I'm thinking like maybe I can have like, you know, the leg up on this leg up on something, you know, and then like this other leg back here is kind of like over here, and it's like weirdly up on another piece. So like these guys are like cousins, and they stand on top of each other because cousins are weird, and sometimes, and like, you know, whatever, and just like build up this whole thing of this like terrain for this thing to sit on. But I don't know exactly what I want. As it is, like, I don't have the legs haven't been really fixed because I don't know what final pose I want it in. I'm gonna lock it into a final pose, but until then, I want options, baby. So, a few things I do know: definitely putting the error screen, the error message on the screen, in the forward position. I'm gonna do some sort of damaging on that. Um, this bad boy up. It's obviously the you guys may not know this, but the head pops off, just like slots in this tab and fits in place. It's held in place by gravity, just to keep it easier to paint, easier to manipulate. There's so much to this. I'm going to make so the legs will always pop off, but they might be in a fixed pose. So like they might be, you know, at a specific level of tilt or extension, but they will be able to always pivot from the polycaps and the legs and the corners and the hinges, damn it, right. where they meet the body of the chassis. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm going with this. Feeling pretty good about it. I'm feeling all right. The deadline is the end of October, so that's pretty hype. I have plenty of time to work on it, so that's what else can you ask for? You know. Let me see. Let me show off the Marisai a little bit here before I close out. We're getting to the last end of the show here, so we'll just go over a little bit of this friendly. I'm gonna turn this down because it's way too bright. Get that facing. Turn that up. All right. Woohoo! Oh, watch it. Put some of these extra lights. Try to get the light better. There we go. That's decent. And here's my custom Marisai for Charmont. Let me grab this. A little bit of a round table, a little bit of a lazy Susan, as we called it back when I worked for the furniture company. I put hundreds of decals on this bad boy. It's so it was a lot of fun. I spent way more time on the decals than I actually intended to. I'm going to email some images to Joel. He'll throw them up on the USAGS blog here in like a few days or something. But yeah, it turned out pretty decent. I'm still going to make a hyper bazooka for it or a giant bazooka for it, similar to what the Dom Rick Dom have. You know, not the Dom, but the Rick Dom has. Shield turned out pretty good. I'm the chopping short and then like the re-addition of the details here on top that I added in to like mimic the detail here down below. Actually, it's on the underside. There's a dual line. These really dope Anaheim Electronics. If it'll focus on them, there it is. Anaheim Electronics Incorporated decals. This came on a bootleg for the Sinanju Stein, and I took those set of decals and I cut that decal in half because literally it was two decals that were fused together. So I cut them in half and I put them on both sides of that shield. so you get that on the front and the back. I wanted to give it kind of like a test unit sort of feel. Like I threw way more caution markings and warning markings and indications on this than was necessary for a standard like mass production suit. I wanted it to feel like something special, something a little bit more out of the ordinary than your just your run of the mill factory grunt. Let me see if I can get the LED on. Bandai LEDs. Oh, looks like the battery's dying in it too. They're finicky, and I've been playing with this one a bunch, so more broke down. It doesn't want to let it. That's all right. I'm not upset with it. There we go. Joints are a little bit weird because the kit isn't like the newest of kits, and I added all that weight to the backpack, so it has a sassy pose. It wants to kind of like flop down. And the LED's shining okay in there. It turned out pretty decent. I love the way that this emblem turned out on the shoulder armor. I added in that MS option part, and then I cleaned it up a little bit, sanded down the back, glued it onto the front of the kit, and then I didn't even reverse wash it. I just painted it very delicately with some iridescent gold paint by Golden acrylics. I use a lot of their high flow. This guy right here, this paint. I use a lot of their like high flow and fluid acrylics when it comes to like their metallics and like the fluorescence and stuff. They're really, really good because they have a huge selection. And for those of you, there's a whole 6 in the crew right now. This is my secret weapon when it comes to acrylics. If it'll like focus in, come on, baby. It's a weird name. Quindichrome nickel azo gold. I've talked about this a couple different times. I'm letting you guys know about this now. This is a secret weapon. What makes this a secret weapon? This color, this weird golden, translucent copper red color. Do you see the shine? There's the secret. Do you see the shine in the light where it's all built up on the crook? It's really hard to see because it's not in focus. It shines green. Now that might not seem like a lot, but if you take this paint, this particular paint, and you mix it with a slight amount of transparent black, and you paint it over pre-shaded gray, like gray to black, it comes out green. Now it's gonna sounds messed up, but it's freaking true. This is what I painted my custom Zaku with for Zach's contest back in 2017. I had like 5 paints to use at the time, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, I'm just going to try using this and do a little weathering. And I was like, what the heck? It turned out green. Well, yeah, it comes out like a green-gray with that reflectiveness because of the transparency or the opacity level of the paint, and then what it does with its metallic nature in relation to the gray. It comes back green. It just does something amazing. It's fabulous. Secret weapons. Yeah, it's pretty good. The paints are also fairly cheap too for Golden. I think they're like $3 or $4 a bottle or something like that. You only need a few drops. I use the fluorescent greens on all my fluorescent green goes in great on my visors, my lenses, my sensors and stuff like that, and anything that's like green. This stuff right here pops. It's all super duper blown out because the light is like really intense on it right now. Get the light out of here. But yeah, this green is this fluorescent green is popping. I'll use a lot of the golden acrylics. I'll thin them down quite a bit too, and use those as through my airbrush. You just got to thin them down with water to like a certain percent. I think it's like more than 50. I want to say that it's something like, what do I have it? Because it's different for what certain stuff. Because the high flow you don't have to F with. You don't have to mess with it all. But like the liquid, the fluid stuff, these jars, the fluid, if it'll focus on it, it won't focus on it. But yeah, it says fluid in there. This is an iridescent gold, bright gold. Works really good for certain things. But this stuff you have to like thin down with water a little bit because it's got like, oh god, it's gorgeous though. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Handsome Boy Modeling School. But yeah, like you just thin it down a little bit with some reducer. I use the Createx High Flow. You can also use your Mr. 400. They're essentially the same thing. But the Createx High Performance. Yeah, just thin it down a little bit. Blow that right through your airbrush and fabulous. You've got shiny time across the board. So no, I used so for the high pops down here, these boasters, thrusters, and the bones in the back. These guys, these real chromy bros, which are really blown out from the light right now. And the camera doesn't want to focus on the model kit. It wants to focus on me because I'm the most important thing. I'm just fucking with you. Anyways, yeah, so these chromy bits were painted with a Molotow chrome pen. But I went back and detailed these. You can't even see them there. On the side skirts. Move my shirt in front of it. There you go. These side skirts, I painted in the kickers there, the little boosters there on the side skirts, and then here on the back skirt at the bottom, I brush painted those as well as the pipes here on the back of the legs and some of the other little minor details like the thumbs and stuff. I painted that with a brush painted a polished metal from the MIG MIG metal line. Yeah, the polished metal goes on pretty decent. I just painted that over more or less just right over a flat black, or like lightly painted matte black paint. So if you put like a couple of nice smooth layers down and don't like overwork it, let it like kind of flow and let it sit, dries really quick, but it makes a really, really solid semi-polished metal finish. Like it says polished metal, but hey, what do you expect? You're brush painting it. I suppose if you like glossed it and then flooded it with an airbrush, then you'd totally be able to get that like shine that you're looking for. But I feel like it complemented the chrome from the Molotow really well. So I was just ran with it. It worked out pretty decent. Maybe y'all are interested in that for a project in the future. But yeah, so that's my Marasai. 30 days. I spent a couple of weeks modifying it, 1 week refining it, and then another week painting it and decaling it. There it is. It all takes a little bit of time, but pretty swanktastic. I'm a fan. I'll throw it around and show it at a few model shows, and who knows? Who knows what'll happen? Maybe I'll just phone it in. I'll replace the boosters or the tanks on the top to get rid of the Kotobukiya part, and I'll enter it in GBWC. Who knows? Ooh, Chris is posting his. Nice. Gert got my Handsome Boy Modeling School, of course. And Chris is going to post his secret weapon on the Discord. That's the Alex the Deuce Discord. If you want to check it out, go check out his YouTube channel. I, of course, am Bro Builder. You're on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be signing off here right now. I know it's a little bit early for the evening, but we've had a pretty eventful little stream for tonight. Thank you guys for coming by, checking things out, saying hey, being cool. As usual, Bro Builder, come check me out. Mechanism is coming Friday. Every other Friday. If it's not on the Friday that you're looking, it's the next Friday. Yeah, I'm going to be working on my diorama. Basically, it's this weekend. Hanging out with the kids, doing like mad banter. Stop on through, say what up. And if you guys don't, I'll see you next week on Live at the Workbench, next Wednesday, right here on this channel. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.